They stopped the losing streak. But the one before the Wizards game was really ugly as they got destroyed by Memphis. They had lost 4 in a row, but the Dallas Mavericks beat the Wizards 111-105. And the Vultures are circling, I believe, around Nico Harrison. Mavericks are 3-7, but they do get that 6-point win as Klay Thompson is now benched.
Fortune favors the Bulls.
As it does.
The number of people on Twitter, and we know Mavs fandom can be a cult. They are some of the most aggressive defenders there are. The number of people I saw rooting for them to lose to the Wizards on Saturday was insane.
It was higher than the number of people watching them.
Just like, honestly, just Twitter search, just like Mavs, Wizards, lose or hope. Like, you'll see a bunch of them turn up of people just going like, get it over with. If they lose this game, you might be able to get it over with Nico.
Well, you have a decision to make. You're coming to a fork in the road already with your fandom. Do you want Anthony Davis to come back immediately and kind of tread water until Kyrie, or you want them to lose like they've been doing? I think if they lose like they've been, it will be over for Nico. So you have a Corey Majors fan fork in the road to decide upon. Since 2000, I think Grant Asfith had this. Afseth. Good job, Grant. Only 26 teams out of the 180 that started 3-7 or worse have made the playoffs.
Oh, that's not good.
So that is not a good omen. They have an historically bad offense, worst offense in the NBA. They were averaging 103 points per 100 possessions.
But defense wins championships, so it's okay.
That is a very, it's not a good point, but it is an accurate point that Nico Harrison uttered, and Tim McMahon went ahead and dropped the first nugget.
The legitimate question right now is Nico Harrison's job in serious jeopardy? That is an absolutely legitimate question. It's the question, obviously, Mavericks fans have been hoping would be answered with an affirmative for, since early February. I don't have a firm answer for you right now. That's as much as I can tell you. But it is absolutely a legitimate question. When you talk to people about the Mavericks around the league, it is the first question that people are asking. And, hey, he stuck his neck out by making the most unpopular trade in NBA history.
That's on the Howdy Partners podcast.
Yeah. Look, I don't know.
Bobby has the banner up right now in the fan cam.
We're so close.
We are. I don't know that he's going to do it. Like, you're going to – so if you're Dumont, you say, okay, you sign off on this deal – and then just fire him. It makes the whole thing makes it even worth less.
No, don't.
You know what I mean?
What's the line about don't continue making a bad mistake just because you spent a long time making it?
My whole life is a mistake.
I'm going to
continue making that same mistake every day.
There have to be basketball people within the organization privately going behind Nico's back and saying, you got to get rid of him.
Then where were they when he was trading Luka?
I don't think a lot of people were included on that.
They didn't know.
And so I think that you've got, I would imagine there's got to be basketball people saying, you got to do this.
If Patrick Dumont puts his ego that Choppy just referenced to the side for 10 minutes and does this, the fan, I believe, and this is why we have the fan text, 877-881-1053, the fan base will temporarily rejoice. Now, you're going to have many, and I saw hundreds of responses over the weekend at 1053SS saying it's never going to matter because Skinny Luka is averaging 40 in LA. It's never going to matter because they're still owning the team. We still have a rotten substance running things from the inside. But it will be a joyous day for DFW if and when it happens, and Mark Stein is now adding to it. Stein, and that was with the Howdy Partners pod with McMahon. Mark Stein reports that it's become unavoidable at the highest levels to not consider a midseason GM change for these reasons. 1, vibe shift potential. 2, potential to win back alienated fans. 3, the GM who traded Luka can no longer be the one who tries to move the Mavs past it. There's such an ugly place, and we're going to have to check home attendance numbers as well. I think the fan move to root for right now is for them to lose. because they're not going to tread enough water until Kyrie comes back to be in any type of playoff contention. You were just in last place in the Western Conference over the weekend. Lose, have Anthony Davis continue to sit, even though reports are he's trying to come back. They're trying to be patient with him, and then force Patrick Dumont to go ahead and pull the trigger. That is the fan move that I think you have to make, as opposite as it may seem from in your soul.
He has done such ridiculous things to this organization.
Which one?
Nico Harrison. To this point that you can't rule out him doing anything at any given moment. Right. So I know some people would say, well, what are you going to do? You're already in the season. Might as well just let him run it out. No. You've clearly seen a guy who is willing to just say, I'll blow up the future for me now.
I'll give you the perfect scenario. Just envision this, and we always do Cowboys War Room. Imagine being in the Mavs boardroom, and Nico suggests a big major move. You're Patrick Dumont. What do? There's no way you immediately sign off on it with the way that this has gone and the second guessing that has to be in the back of your mind over your general manager. If Nico, sits there and says something bold, fortune favors. If I'm Dumont, I'm like checking with 3 other people, and there's your answer right there. If I have to double, triple check, second, triple guess, then you don't have the right guy.
No, it's because if you were to go back and you were to just take all of Nico's moves over the year and just like grade them win or loss, like it's a massive winning record. It's like 7-2. Problem is, the one loss is blowing a 3-0 lead in the NBA Finals.
Well, that's the thing. That's why it's not winning. It's not a one loss.
No, it counts way more because
it's losing a series compared to winning quarters.
Right.
That's nice.
Because he made a lot of good moves over the years, and then that one move completely torpedoed the organization. You feel dirty. Would you guys go to a game? Would you dare? Would you dare show your face in there?
Yeah, if I got free tickets.
I think you
mean as Nico, right? Huh? Or you mean as fans? Or
fan.
Either way, the answer is no.
I think you look like a traitor going in there as a fan. It's like, I'm gonna support this team. No. I'm support this. I'm supporting that GM and that owner. They got to move. Go. See ya.
You're a Dallas Mavericks fan, aren't you?
You got to move.
You got to move.
Move to Vegas to get us a new team.
you know
ownership. And or force him out of the league. One of the two.
He's not going to do it. Dirk would not do it. But like if Dumont were to just say, I'm firing Nico and I'm naming Dirk with the GM or something along those lines. I know it's a roll your eyes thing.
Don't be LCD.
No. I'm not saying this makes it better.
Name the guy GM who he didn't even name as one of the
right. So I'm saying if you want to talk about fixing in an instant all the bad that you've done with fans as best you can, because the only thing short of that will be trading back for Luka or something like that. I'm not saying that that's a wise move to make it as GM. I'm just talking about from a public opinion standpoint, there'd be all the fans would go, great, you got rid of Nico and you welcome Dirk back to the organization. We're good for now.
What about just getting Donnie? They were down 23 at half against the Grizzlies, and even Dirk on Amazon couldn't take it.
Yeah, I feel bad for my Mavs fans. This has been a disastrous start. Obviously, there's a hole at point guard and playmaking position. We knew that hole wasn't filled this summer. So there's a hole at shot creating. There's a hole at shot making. We said coming into the season that health is big for them. Obviously, Kyrie's out for a couple more months, but you need AD healthy, Lively you need healthy, and both of those guys have already been out for a while. Gafford's missed some games, so it's been just a disaster start. They're actually on pace to have a record bad start on offense. They can't shoot, they can't make plays. It's all kind of going side to side, east and west handoffs. It's just nobody can make shots. It's been tough to watch.
Dirk, by the way, getting some very nice reviews early on with the broadcasting career.
I think I saw a stat. Anthony Davis has played 14 games.
So Nick Angstad had the stat earlier. This one is from Grant Afsith. The Mavericks have played 43 games since trading for AD. Davis and Lively have been available in the same game only 9 times. Davis and Daniel Gafford have played in the same game 7 times. They've all been available 5 times. And I had a total, I think it was Matthew who hit me up and said, it's not fair to judge him until everybody's healthy. Wrong.
Yeah, by the way, Grant, delete that. I don't want Nico to see that and take that to Dumont and say, see, this is why. This is why you got to keep me. We don't know. We haven't had my team around yet.
Well, look, under normal circumstances in sports, okay, fine. You're getting unlucky. We got to see them together. Part of the fury over the deal was knowing Anthony Davis was nicknamed Street Clothes.
Yep.
So you have to. You get no pass for Anthony Davis being hurt. Zip, zero. Lively is actually lucky, and I love Derek Lively's personality. Lively is lucky that that all the rest of this noise is happening because he'd be getting called out for being Evan Carter or Josh Young. And then you have, Cooper Flagg, who's getting some of the heat with his rookie season because he's out there trying to gut it out every day. But no, there is no pass. Zip, zero. You get zero pass for Anthony Davis being hurt, and you may not get a pass for Kyrie being hurt because you're deciding to extend an older player and put that much wear and tear on him. But we start off and focus on Anthony Davis. There's zero pass because this was part of the package.
Part of it.
This was part of the reality. It's happening. Now the only question is over-under within season. That's my over-under to set with Metroplex odds.
Good point on the fantastic. Do you actually trust Dumont
I don't care.
to make the next hire?
I don't care.
You don't care who it is?
I don't care right now.
Anybody.
Right now, I don't care. Now, it does not matter.
I know
it has to be addition by subtraction.
There was nobody willing to trade Luka other than Nico. So that right there tells me anybody is more qualified. And so that's fine. By the way, I'm going to go back.
They just lost to the Hawks.
I'm going to go back on Twitter, and I'm going to find every single last person who, after I said, weren't you built to stop Wembanyama? Then it's Wembanyama. He's doing that to everybody. Really, because ever since that game, he's averaging about 22 points per game, not 40 like he scored on you, and he's shooting 44% over the last 8 games. So he's not been the ridiculous record-setting efficiency guy he was in night 1 because you suck as a basketball team.
Over, under, All-Star break.
Under. Get him out of here.
No, that it will happen.
Yeah, he'll be gone by All-Star break.
I think so, too.
I think he'll be gone. Might happen right after Christmas. We'll see what happens. They're playing Christmas night, aren't they? Christmas Day? I think it'll happen right after that.